Hey folks, welcome back to Street Russ. Hey, today's video, we are still on the 68 Ford XL. As you can see, the sun is out, but it stopped raining yesterday. It dried up a little bit today. I'm behind on all my chores except this chore. And what are you looking at the ground for?
Grass.
Okay. See, it just made me go sideways. I had a senior moment, dang it. That's why videographers aren't supposed to talk. Anyway, behind on my chores, it dried out a little bit. It's supposed to rain tonight a little bit, so maybe I get some mowing done later tonight or tomorrow. But let me show you what's going on over here. Got a couple things. Number one, if you look right here, I took out all this AC stuff, and look down there on the ground. All that stuff right there I took out. And on top of that, when I was trying to disconnect, this happened right here. So this whole pump is trash anyway. That whole connection, wherever it is, broke off. On top of that, for the pump, it's the bolt was too short. I don't know what they were doing. Nonetheless, the power steering pump, I got tied up over here out of the way. And look at this right here. There's a big old gash in the power steering pump. So it wasn't functional anyway. What I'll most likely do, I got to work on the bracketology and all that, just like we did on the Ford F-250, the 1970 truck. We'll get all that figured out. We don't have to have that to drive it. And look at this. I mean, this is just, this wire is just bare. Now it's just to the oil sending unit, but you're not going to get good signal if you are grounded out on the block. So a couple things right now. We heard an exhaust leak. I'm going to get this thing started. Come on back over here, videographer. You're doing a great job. Okay, I want you to look right here. I'm going to show you that this head gasket is leaking. Okay, then let me see that for a minute, darling. There you go. There, say hi. Yeah, nice camo hat there. That is mine. The other problem we're having is we ran out of fuel the other night when we ended the other video. I put 3 gallons in this just a while ago and got it started, and there's barely any fuel coming up through there. So we're going to get an air line. I got the air compressor back here behind the car. I'm going to do 2 things. I'm going to show you. First, we're going to focus on the exhaust manifold, because here's what I want to show you. Here, focus on this exhaust manifold. You know where that is?
No.
It's next to the dilithium crystals.
I don't know where is that?
The warp engine, by the warp engine. Anyway, these are loose. Okay, but I'm going to get it started, and I'm going to use this little piece of paper. Okay, this fan blade right here, okay, blows air back and cools the engine, and it sucks air through the radiator. Okay, so when I put it up here, it'll be blowing this way, but when I get it down by this, it's going to be blowing this way. How could it be blowing this way if the air is blowing that way? Because the air is blowing out right here. All right, so let me start this. Okay, it's just a little math. It's not going to hurt anybody. Is the ignition on? Let's see. Ignition is on. This battery ain't got enough cold cranking amps, but it does the job. Come on. Come on. Give it a little gas. Come on now. You know, I haven't even checked the timing on this, and I'm not going to right now. I'm just going to use a little starting fluid. We're going to get this cranked up. I just want to drive this thing. I want to burn the rubber off one of them tires. Okay, back to this. I don't think this battery's charging either. Okay, just gonna let it idle. Okay. Don't get your hand anywhere around that fan and cut your fingers off. See how that's blowing that way? When I put it down here, look at there. Got that? It's blowing that pit. That's coming through there. Then the other problem, come over here, darling. Look right here. See that filter? That should be full of fuel, pulling from the gas tank. All right. I know there's fuel in there. There's a little bit of fuel, barely enough to keep it running coming through. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get in here before this gets too hot. I'm going to shut it off. All right, I'm going to go ahead and tighten up. Hear that sizzling in there? Hear that suction in there?
Yep.
Yeah, that's the doggone exhaust manifold. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get the exhaust manifold tightened down. I have some more gaskets if we need them, and then I'll get the line disconnected to the filter, and we'll get back with you and we'll show you what it sounds like when we blow air back to the tank. So we'll be back in just a second. Okay, I've got the air line here. Here, come here, darling. I've got the fuel line right here, which is too long, by the way, and they got it up here. I'd rather have it down around here, but for now it's fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to blow air. You're going to go down the gas tank and focus on that and see what you can hear. And you know what? You're not going to hear nothing because the mic is right here. Here. Take this microphone. Here. It's magnetic, darling. No, it's not. Hold that microphone right up there. Don't cover the holes. Hold the microphone. Put it right down by there. All right, you ready? You ought to hear some gurgling and some air.
Yeah.
All right, that's good. All right, we're gonna hook this back up and see if that helped. If that didn't help, then I'm gonna have to get an electric fuel pump out here. I got a little 10-pound clicky clacky that would work. But right now, I'm gonna leave that right there. It's not gonna hit the fan or anything. You come over here and watch that filter, darling. I'm gonna give it a little bit of go juice to help it get started. I may have to put a charge on this battery. All right. Right there, filter. We should see that filling up full with fuel. And where's my key? Right here. Got my key. Ready? All right, here we go. Fire in the hole. Yeah, that's not filling up with fuel. Which means instead here in idle, I don't see anything. It gets real rough when I try to rev it up. I think that fuel pump does. Oh, there it went. That's what we wanted. That's what we wanted. Okay, so now it's full of fuel. I got a little quick spot. Alright. So I haven't adjusted anything. I haven't adjusted the idle mixture. I can't adjust the idle speed because the screw broke off in there. What is that sound? That may be the water pump making that squawk. I hear a little tapping in there. Let me see if we're charging. 1406, see if that goes up when I rev the engine. Still not too bad. I mean, it's sitting here idling. I haven't adjusted the carburetor. I haven't checked the points. I haven't checked the time, and I haven't anything. Okay. All right. So we're gonna stop here for a second. We're gonna see if we can get this bad boy driving. All right. Hey, doesn't sound too shabby. All right. Little puff of smoke coming out there. All right. I am gonna get in here and see what this thing does. I got to back up a little bit to get past these parts. Boy, it still smells like doggone platypus in here. Okay, this is all broke. This is supposed to be a trigger you pull up. So you pull it up. I'm gonna guess. Oh, it didn't die in gear. Oh, no power steering. All right, this ain't gonna work. I tell you right, doggone now. Let me we're gonna have to tell you what, folks. Let me get this camera secured. Okay, that's reverse. Definitely power steering. I mean, no power steering. All right. Whoo, that idle's too low. Oh, come on now. Oh, I gotta get it back in neutral. All right. Alrighty, folks, trying to, it moved, it just wasn't happy. It didn't stall in gear, but as soon as you try to give some gas, it did. So, first of all, I've run this battery down. It's charging. It's going to take it a while. We may have to do the driving part tomorrow, which will only be a little bit for you. So what have I done? I went ahead and did some other health things there. First of all, I keep hearing a hissing sound like a vacuum leak when this thing shuts off. And it's up in here, not up around this canister for the headlights. And you can see in this fuel line right here, they've done a splice. I'm gonna go ahead and take that splice out and bring this fuel line right into this filter. There's plenty of room for that. That's number one. Number two, vacuum leaks. This was 100% disconnected, just laying there. I'm going to guess that goes up to the headlights, but I went ahead and connected that. There was a cap missing from here, which was vacuum leak. Those are all the big ones I found. I sprayed around here earlier today, especially along the lines here for the intake gaskets, and didn't hear anything. So got all that. Let's see. I don't know if you can see that mark down there. Yeah, you can see it. That mark I did down there, that is marked right at 10 degrees. That's 10 degrees before top dead center. This thing is supposed to be running about 6 degrees before top dead center. And with the vacuum advance still plugged in, I just did a quick check, but then I couldn't get it started again. I was going to plug the vacuum advance. Anyway, it was about 14, 15. So probably got some timing issues. I've loosened this. Probably we haven't even popped the cap. Tell you what, before we do that, let me tighten this back down because I don't want to move it because I want a good reference point and I didn't mark it. So let me tighten this. I like this wrench. Works really well for this. Plus with that non-functioning AC unit out of here, I got room to do things I need to do. So I'm gonna tighten this back down so we don't move. But just for fun, and I hadn't even checked the doggone firing order. Let's look at that real quick. So we know 1 5 4 2 6 3 7 8, and you're 1 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So number one, which is right here, should be your number one. If we go one counterclockwise, this should be number 5, which it 1 2 3, yeah, it looks to be. So 1 5 4 2, right? 4 should be going all the way to the back, and it is. So 1542. 1542 looks to be linking up there. Oh, now I lost track. 15426. So this one should be the second position over here, and it is. 15426. And then we have 378. So 3 is good. And then this should be 7. 7. I know you guys can't. 7 is good. And 8 is good. So at least it's the plugs are right. So let's pop the top off. Pop the top, right? Haven't even looked at this. Oh, you know what? Those points look like doo-doo. So, hey, let's pull the rotor off so we can forget to put it back in. That's all rusty and nasty. I need to put some this needs some WD-40. And those points need sanded. So we're going to do that. So WD-40, I'll get some WD-40 in there, and I'll sand those points to help a little bit. But what we're going to do now, while we're waiting on the battery, I'm going to put that back because I will forget it. And how's the cap look? Oh, new cap. Looks good. So that all looks good. And hey, these vacuum plugs, you'll go broke buying them at O'Reilly's and AutoZone and things like that. I mean, I think I paid $10 for this whole thing on Amazon. So, yeah, I mean, you know, when I do an order, I kind of got a list of things I keep on my phone that I need to buy. Cleaning. So, got this purple power wash and wax. I think it's going to do a really good job on the roof here. You know what I mean? Anyway, it should do good on the body. We'll clean it probably tomorrow. Engine degreaser at O'Reilly's. I picked up a can of theirs and a can of the original. For oil and grease, the original, not the foaming, the original is, there's actually a stronger level here, right here. You've got engine degreaser heavy duty, which all they carry is the original. And then you got this engine protect and shine. I don't know about all that mumbo jumbo. But anyway, I went ahead and I was going to get the foam and try it out, but it clearly says this is best for tough oil and dirt buildup. And then I'm going to kind of do a little comparison. We got some scratch pads. We got some SOS pads, some steel wool pads. We're going to clean this up. So what we haven't done is looked at what we have inside. And this door will not stay shut. So y'all know we got a CB, which I'm sure doesn't work. So we may play with that off a little bit. The radio comes on. Matter of fact, folks, nah, I'll leave the terminals on. I got the ignition off. We're good. And it's pretty rough in here. We're going to have to take the carpeting out because I need to see what condition these floors are in. Not that I'm going to necessarily repair them. So anyway, I don't have any gloves on, so who knows what's going to bite me. There's some more. Oh, Vroom starting fluid. Okay, love that. And then spray away glass cleaner. I think I've seen some people use that on YouTube. I'll have to check that out. In the console right here, I found these today when I was messing around. Guess what these are? Guess what that is? It's these little hash marks that go on here, like there. So we'll see what we got. I'm gonna get some paper towels. It's pretty obvious that water is leaking in. I don't think it's leaking this way. I think it's leaking from here down. That's why we're keeping this covered up. All the windows work, come down. I mean, these would be nice seats to cover, no doubt about it. Come on now. I know that thing comes up because I had it up. See this seat, you know what? This seat isn't even bolted down. It's got one bolt on it. What? That's because everything's rusted out down here, folks. Woo! Oh. There's a penny. There's a nickel. Oh! Troll! There's another one of them. I want to keep that. You know what? I ain't digging through this with my hands. This guy is just snasty. But that's a troll. That's a blast from the past. Here, we'll just stick him in a rust hole. Throw that penny up there. What did I do with the nickel? Anyway, so this is not good, folks. We're gonna have to see what's going on here. What in the world is that piece of? Oh, that's trim. Anyway, let's see if we can get this out. You got turkey roaster. Turkey roaster. That will not be going back on the car. Got the rest of the turkey roaster, which will not be going back on the vehicle. Can always use these. Got no clue what that is. And I'm afraid to taste it. Don't know what that is. Anybody know what that is? Meadow? Or is it Odum? Odu? Ogu? I don't know. Let's see. So here's the spinners for the wheels. And we've only got 3 of them. And all of the, ooh, looky here. Ooh. We could soak those. There you go. A couple of wrenches there. We'll take those. Empty. So here's what the lug nuts look for the rims. And these little circles here, these little crescent looking things, they go, sorry, the door's closing on me. They're supposed to go in here behind this. And didn't use all those. Walked around, got as many as I could. This looks like an alternator thing. You know, a spacer. That's what that looks like. And what we got here? Ooh, prime seal. Gasket sealant. Wonder if that's any good. It feels good. Then this. Got no clue. Obviously it's a pulley. And don't know. But what I do know, this is for power steering. The reason I know that is because it's got a similar, no it's not, yes it is, no it's not, don't know. Yes, because this would come down and bolt on the power steering unit, I think. I don't know. I got to figure all that out. So, what else? Oh, got a doggone throttle. That's a throttle spring right there. That's bonus round. And some ooh, that one's broke, but you know, in a bind it'll work. What's this? Oh, look, another plate. Because we're going to figure something out. I need to keep all that together. All right, we need to figure out, let's go back up front here real quick. You know, you could look at a 1968 Ford 390 power steering and you'll see 4 or 5 different types of pumps, and you'll see 4 or 5 different ways for them to hook up. And what I used here, let me show you. Let me show you what's on the 302. Now, this is you can watch all the videos on this. This is the 70 F250. It's got a 1971 302. It originally had a 306. Somebody set a 302 in there, and I finished hooking it up when we drug it out of the field. Here we go. Good Lord. That thing ain't light, folks. Anyway, look at that beauty. I have another one of these brackets, but in order to use this bracket, you have to have this bracket, which is separate from the pump. You could use this pump, same style, but you got to have this bracket that's got the studs that work here, so it's adjustable. Anyway, I'll get something figured out, because I want that no power steering equal no fun on this car. It did not want to turn. But anyway, don't need that to test drive. Let's pop on the other side. We didn't finish looking at all that. What? The windows do come down. That back seat might be savable. We'll get it cleaned up. There's nothing in here. Looks like that's a knob to the Pioneer stereo. Nothing in the glove box. That's off a 2-barrel. That's the same one I used for Ford 2100. Empty box full of water. And how are these? Yeah, these are crunchy too. Got some Armor All. They're just nothing. There's nothing in here. Nothing in here. We might find something under the seat when we take this apart. There's another gasket for carburetor. There's the shroud in the back seat right here. I don't know if we'll be able to use that or not. I might be able to do a street rust repair like we did on the Chrysler. And this trim piece here goes on the bottom on the other side. So you guys have already seen in the previous video, the only thing in the trunk was worth anything was the hole. So that trim piece, I have to get that seat right. That trim piece goes on the bottom. So, all right, folks, we are not done with this video. And although it will be just a microsecond for you, when I get this a little healthier, when I can get it, I'm going to let this battery charge a while. And I will get this rocking. I'll go ahead and sand the points. I mean, I don't think y'all need to watch me do that. It actually needs a new set of points. Those are pretty cruddy looking. I might see if I can find a set local. Also, I tightened up every one of these intake bolts. I couldn't get to the bottom two underneath, but every one of these were loose. I got to 6 of them. These over here are still rusted tight. So for whatever reason, somebody was messing with that exhaust manifold. Anyway, we'll be back. All right, folks, we're back. We're gonna crawdad here a little bit. So this probably won't be a will it run video. This will probably be why didn't it run video. And then Ewans are gonna say, well, Keith, why didn't you just do all this stuff up front like everybody's been screaming at me in the comments about you're not doing the basics? You're not doing. I did the basics, you know. We had fire, we had fuel, we had compression, we had air. But then I'm gonna say, well, you know what, you huckleberry, it takes time and money. And that's where we're at right now. So let me show you what we're gonna do. I wanna show you a couple things. I went ahead and pulled the valve covers and we started making a list. We'll go over that in a minute. Valve cover gaskets look fairly new, believe it or not. I know there had been another fella into this. The carb, this thing isn't gonna run right. The 4 barrels, I noticed, are locked up tighter than Fort Knox. They ain't going nowhere, okay? That revelation came to me while I was sleeping last night, about 2 o'clock in the morning, woke me up, said, you didn't check the 4 barrels, dummy. So here's what we're gonna do. Let me get the list. We're gonna I'm gonna get parts ordered because it's fixing to doggone bust out raining again here for a couple days. So I need to go ahead and get these parts ordered. First of all, I've got to have a new carb. This 4300, we're not throwing good money after bad money. It's a mess. It'll make a great paperweight, but we're not gonna spend, I'm not gonna try to rebuild it again, spend, you know, 40, 50 bucks on a rebuild kit. I think I'm gonna buy a 4 barrel China Edelbrock fake. I saw some on Amakill. So I think I'm going to do that. Vacuum lines, I need to buy about 10 feet of vacuum line, and we're just going to replace every vacuum line on here. Then you're like, well, what size is it? Is it 1/4 inch? Is it 5/32? Then you look at this mess. Well, it's some of both. So maybe I'll just order both. So then points and condenser, we're going to go ahead and new points, new condenser. The vacuum advance seems to be working okay with the vacuum pump at least. So we'll just go with points and condenser. I'm gonna go ahead and then do the water pump, timing set. I think I might be hearing some chain slap in there. So while we got the doggone water pump and the front of this off, we might as well go ahead and change. I mean, a cloys at Rock Auto is 20 bucks for the whole set. I'm not putting a double roller on it or anything like that. And then of course we'll need the timing cover seal. Plugs, I'm going to pull some of these plugs out here in a second. I think those plugs are new. You're looking at them bad boys, I think they're pretty new, and I don't think we'll be buying plugs. Plus I have a small cache of plugs. PCV valve, I don't know where I put it. It's around here somewhere. Oh, it's right there. That's ate up like a football bat, so it ain't going nowhere. So we're gonna backtrack a little bit here, and I'm gonna order these parts. Then we'll come back in the next video and get this thing running right so I can smoke one of the back tires since it's a Pirate. It's only one-legged. So what I do want to show you though, I've got my master key here. I do want you to watch all these valves. Everything is opening and closing. I want everybody to see that so nobody's losing sleep over that. Okay, everything's running there. Everything's running there. Now, I've seen better looking heads from a cleanliness standpoint, but you know, it's black old oil. I don't see a whole lot of, you know, the flaking crud and the buildup and all that. So it makes me feel a little better. So we're not touching the heads. So here's what I am going to do. To wrap up this video, we'll get the parts ordered. And I got some rainy weather stuff going on in the garage. You can see that 68 crotcher sticking out there. We're doing some work on it. I got the Ford F-250. We're going to be doing some more work on that. We're rat rodding that. So you'll either love it or hate it. So what we're going to do is we're going to get all of our clean supplies, which I have all that stuff stashed in the back here. We're going to give this thing a scrub down. I'm going to get the pressure washer out, just a little electric one, and I'm going to blow off a bunch of these leaves and everything. And folks, until I can get this thing running and smoking the tires, I'm not putting a new windshield in it, and I'm certainly not putting new tires on it until we reach that point. Okay, then I'm going to sell the hog snot out of it at a reasonable price. A very reasonable price. All right, folks, here's what we're going to do. We got some, this is purple pyre, not straight purple pyre, but it's the wash and wax. I'm just using it for the soap. We'll spray that around. Then we've got some degreaser, some SOS pads we'll use on it. Just, you know, just trying to shine this turd up a little bit. And hey, you 70s and 80 kids, don't worry, I didn't forget the troll. So I'm going to spray this on, then I'm going to come back and get the degreaser. Well, I'm going to spray the engine bay out and get all the trash out. Then we'll put the degreaser on it. Then we'll come back and work on the body, as long as this ominous sky will allow me. So there you go. Oh, already looks better. All right, there we go. We'll get this everywhere. I'm not going to hit the roof, guys. That wouldn't be prudent. I just want a little bit of soap on there. I'll pressure wash it. Maybe I can get that spray adjusted just a little broader. Oh, that's too broad. There we go, that'll work. I just want to get some of this on here, get some of this grime off here. Boy, that license plate right there, 2005, folks. Uh-oh. Emergency. I got a doggone hole in my hose. So I'm going to do nothing about it because I ain't got time. All right. It'll be all right. We're just going to get this on here. I'd like to have a little more sudsy, you know, for the aesthetics of it and the visual effect, but don't think that's going to happen, folks. Let's get this pumped up a little more. Got this at Harbor Freight for like $5. Always pump it with the pointing at yourself. All right. That carpet's got to come out of the back. All right. All right. I'll go ahead and get the windows here. All right. Well, tell you what, folks, let me get this sprayed on. Nah, we'll keep going. We'll keep going. We'll keep going. Y'all ain't got nothing to do. That's why you're watching my video. I hope not. Hope I'm bringing value to you. Let's get this thing pumped up. All right. All right. Let's see if we can get some on here. That's really nasty. Really nasty. That'll just run on down. All right. Get the front here. Boy, I like the body style of this car. I just wish that top was in better shape, folks. All right. Maybe I need a bigger sprayer because this thing ain't lasting. There's that front license plate, 16 Ford XL. XL, whatever that stands for. All right, need a little more pumping here. I'm hitting the button when I'm pumping it. That ain't gonna help. All right. All right. Just trying to get a little shine on this turd, folks. Little lipstick on the pig. Now that water is spraying me and my GoPro. That ain't gonna cut it. We'll have to hurry up and do this. There we go. I think we already got this part. Look at that rim. That's special. All right. I'm gonna call that. Let me see it. It's even automatic, folks. Ooh, look at that hair. Rub-a-dub-dub, 3 men in the tub. We gotta clean that. We'll get that sprayed off. All right, I'm guessing that ain't supposed to do that. High quality right there, folks. Woo! That water, that hole's getting bigger, folks. I don't have any way to fix that right now, so we're gonna just roll. Oh, roll with it. All right. Tell you what, I'm gonna put you on the stand. You can. I got the carb covered up. I ain't worried. I put the. Distributor cap back on. It's sealed up good. I just threw the spark plug wires on any spark plug. So don't get excited when you see they're out of order. Oh, this ain't right, folks. I gotta figure something. That hole's just getting bigger and bigger. All right, folks. Tell you what. You see over here, I got the Fountain of Youth going on there. What a boy! When my kids were small, they would have loved that. Let me see if I can throw a hose clamp over that or something. I'll be right back. All right, we got her. Boy, you can tell that hose clamp's off of Ford. I just took a little piece of radiator hose in there, cut it, and made a compression fitting, and not good as new, but it'll work. All right, let's turn this bad boy on. It's gonna get noisy, or maybe it's not. Make a liar out of me. No, it's working. All right, we'll get this set up here, folks, and I know it's getting dark. What I'm probably gonna do, we'll come back to it. And folks, you know what? You just got to get out here at night after work, and we'll fight through the rain like we have every other time. I'm gonna go ahead and blow out the engine bay, and then we'll hit the outside of the car with probably just a pressure washer. Then I can come back tomorrow night when the rain stops, and we'll do the degreaser and all that. I just want to get all this stuff out of here. It's just bothering me. All right. We're gonna have to call it for a night, folks, with this overcloud. It's just way too dark out here. I don't want y'all getting hurt. But hey, looky there. See the difference? There you go. Just a little elbow grease, SOS pad. It looks awesome. We'll get this cleaned up, folks. I promise. We'll be back. We'll get this cleaned up. We'll wrap up this video. I'll get the parts ordered, and we'll see you all in just a millisecond. Okay, folks, we're back. We're still under the threat of rain, but you know what? You can wash the car in the rain, I guess. Hey, want to share with you something here. These rims are on this car. These are you can see the rim down there. Go price a set of true spokes, and these are definitely true spoke. That rim right there, $750 new. Spinner caps, if you can find one, good luck. I'm missing one. Pretty unique setup on these spinner caps too, if you look at it. There's an Allen set screw. I'll have to get some WD-40 on these, and a rubber stopper, and you do it from the side, right in yonder. Once you put it on, you take an Allen wrench and tighten that bad boy up. Them ain't gonna come off. That's some good spinners. Anyway, we're gonna clean one of these up, maybe one of these rims, but first, right now, we're gonna spray down this engine and engine bay. I'm gonna use, I think I'm gonna use the O'Reillys. Let's use the O'Reillys. All right, we're just gonna use this whole can, and we're just gonna spray everywhere and everything. Everywhere and everything. I want to really get down here around this intake. I got the carb covered up. Let it run down everywhere. Inside of the hood looks pretty good. I know I'm going to get everything wet, but you know what? It'll dry out. Let's take the battery out. Oh, I can't. I got the doggone held down. Really drench the front of this. This can is almost out. It's getting there. We're just gonna really get on it here, folks. All right, I'm just gonna keep going until it's empty. This is pretty exciting. This ought to get me 1 million views, right? Spraying O'Reilly degreaser. I'm calling it. Let's see. Yep. Ain't nothing coming out except air. All right, that one's done. All right, we're gonna let this soak. Can you see the difference in the hood? This is what we did just a second ago for you, but clearly a difference. It just makes me feel better. You know what? I know it's pig on lipstick. Pig on lipstick. I know it's lipstick on a pig, but it makes me feel better, and I like to feel better. I don't know about you, so I'm gonna do it. So let me go ahead and get rocking here. I'm gonna get some water on here. I put some more soap. I'll get her wet down, grab me some SOS pads or whatever brand they are. We'll get some water on here. I'll probably go ahead and speed up this video too. You can see everything that's going on. All right, folks, the dogs next door are going nuts. These are very pitted. Not going to clean up super good. And I realized I didn't have the video pointed down this side of the car when I cleaned it up. But let's take a look. So, kind of a before and after. So there's the before. There's the after. You know, just that little clean just makes that paint pop. You know, and you could buff it out. I'm not going to do that. Bring a little bit of a shine. The paint's thin on the top parts, as you would expect. where the sun's hitting it the most. So let's go ahead and I'll get you close in here. Well, I'm not going to get you too close because I don't want to get the camera wet. But let's see what we got here. Can y'all see that okay? Get you in a little closer. There we go. Let's get this pressure washer moved around a little bit and we'll pop it in there. Alrighty, folks, I think you've seen enough of this. Hopefully it went fast enough for you, but you know what? It looks a lot different than from when we picked it up. That windshield, that roof don't look much better, but keep in mind, I'm not touching wheels. I'm not touching the windshield until I can burn the tires off. Then we'll talk about putting some new tires on it. So I am going to, maybe I'll hit these rims real quick. I'm gonna hit the trunk, it still needs hit. Maybe I'll try to hit a little bit of this. I think that bumper's gone. If I were keeping this car and I'm not, I'd probably black that bumper out. Put a little self-etching primer on there, some nice paint, maybe some truck bed liner bumpers. But we'll see how this front one cleans up. There's a couple pretty good spots on there that probably just ain't gonna clean up real good. All right, we'll be back in just a second and we'll wrap this thing up. All right, folks, looks better, doesn't it? I'm not gonna say lipstick on a pig again, but I just did, and that's what it is. Anyway, got the second rinse on here. Look at all that color in there. A lot of Ford blue. It's looking good in here. Cleaned up this side of the bumper, but not that side of the bumper. But anyway, it's looking better. And we'll get these wheels cleaned up later. I'm not going to put a lot of work into anything other than the engine. Like I said before, until we get this done. So, hey folks, greatly appreciate all the current subscribers, all the new subscribers. If you're looking at the channel, and you know what, if you haven't subscribed, then you're probably not watching the end of this video. If you're watching the end of this video and you haven't subscribed, shame. Please subscribe. It's free to you. It abundantly blesses us. We hope the channel blesses you. We're trying to get better. We're trying to get better with content, with video, with sound. We're making the investments. So we greatly appreciate it. We're sitting at like 942 subscribers, something like that. So you guys are just rocking it out there. We thank you and hope that you be abundantly blessed. I want to leave you with one parting thought. Y'all think I'm gonna get in trouble for that? Probably, but it's cool. Later, be blessed.